Move on to race number 6 now. And the 6th on the programme, much like the 5th, is the Shenzhen Handicap. It's Class 3 contest here, headed by Strathclyde, who was 4th last time out behind Elite Boy. Sorry, Class 4 contest, Class 4. Supreme Patrol, Neil Callan will jump from barrier number 10 for Dave Fries. All Times Grateful, 6th on debut. That was down the straight behind Kai Ying Master. Kung Fu Tea makes his all-weather debut, just his 3rd start. Fortune Happiness was a last start winner, comes back up in class. Pegasus Elite makes his all-weather debut, his 1st start since December last year as well. Pleasant Guy's been off the track since February 2018. They had a happy star. Barrier 8 for him. He's behind Dollar Reward in his last 2 starts. Maybe a roll forward here. Voyage King and Happy Star are the horses that have been up at Chung Fa within the last month.
Yeah, this is a little volatile speed map for me. Now, Happy Star's definitely got the capabilities of rolling forward and leading, but I watched him closely last start and I don't reckon he's going well enough to get across. So if that doesn't happen, you've got Fortune Happiness, All Times Grateful, Wei Feng Charmer, Dollar Reward, Pleasant Guy. Maybe they're the ones that are up there. I definitely think Strathclyde from the 12 has got no option but to roll forward. So maybe he tries to go across with Happy Star if he's going quick enough.
First one we look at is Dollar Reward. He's an improved horse this season. Yeah. He's won 2 in a row. It took him 29 starts to do that, but now he's going really well once again. So he's something happened to him in the off-season. Voyage King, he looks really good here as well. He's going to come onto the surface for the first time. He hasn't raced on it before, but he always works well on it, and you can see he's quite keen to get on with the job here with this piece of work. Frankie Lord trains him. And Pleasant Guy, now he's an interesting runner. He's the one closest to us. He's had a lot of problems, this horse. He's been out for a long time, as you mentioned. He's only had the 2 starts, but he's trialled and won a trial in this all-weather before. He goes nicely. I'd watch the PMU. If you see any money for him, I'd be interested. But at the moment, there's not too much. But he's a 25 to 1 chance.
For a horse that's been off the track for a year and a half. Anyway, we'll keep rolling. We're going to start off here with Dollar Reward, as Paul said. He's been come back in great heart this year with 2 wins, and you've been rewarded. If you backed him first up and followed him up again, you got a double-figure price for the 2nd win.
He came out and ran 1.947, beating Gunner and Co. Then he carried £3 more, ran 1.909. So effectively he's gone 2.5 lengths better here, 2nd up on the clock, and carried more weight. He's got to carry another £6 now, and well, the tempo looks sort of good to slow, but on the dirt you never know. Slightly better draw. I think it's hard to tip against.
Yeah, I've got him in again. The interesting is he's won both those races in this class. So he's had 3 cracks at Class 4, isn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
Very well placed. Danny Shum in the stable was absolutely flying as well. Danny Shum. Next we look at his Fortune Happiness. It comes up in class. That was his maiden victory last time out, beating Exponents.
Took 8 starts to win a race, finally got it done. Yes, beating Exponents when the blinkers went on. So they were probably the key. There was plenty of monetary support to suggest that he'd run well also, and that he did from the good barrier. Now up in grade, £13 less to carry. I like the way he moved away here in the end with, 133. That's a pretty good effort, even though it is Class 5, so he should be competitive, I would have thought.
Yeah, I've got him in. I think he can run well up in grade. I see the punters have put him as early favourite anyway at this stage, but look, I think he's a chance, definitely.
OK, Strathclyde's double-figure price. He carries top weight and was 4th behind Elite Boy last time.
He's a 3-time winner, Strathclyde, from his 23 starts. He's a bit hit and miss last time. He is down probably into the right class, Class 4, but from barrier 12, I let him go in this.
I think when we looked at the speed, the only option is just to pump and go from that 12 barrier. It is a long run down that back stretch over the 1,200 metres. We've seen quite a number of horses over the years go by from the wide gates, sort of sizzle across the face of the field, get to the rail before the bend comes up. If he can establish that, or at least get outside something that kicks through and holds the rail, then that puts him in a good spot when they turn down the side. OK, there's a few horses we're still learning about, Kung Fu Tea being one of them. 2 starts, 1 in July, 1 at the start of October. This is him at Happy Valley in the trials. Yes. Unacceptable performance last start. He was only beaten 4, but he did over-race quite noticeably through the first part, and then didn't really finish off that well. But this was a nice enough trial. I'm not sure about him on the surface, but he's got a good gait.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite shocking out of a more than ready mare, so there is some breeding there for the surface.
All right. Pleasant guy. So we saw the track work. We talked about the time off the track. He's a 5-year-old by Fox Wedge.
Yeah, the fourth behind Lucky Volatility was quite a good run on debut. And then he finished a long way down the track behind the Speedy King, who, of course, won on Wednesday night. So we know how good that form is. This trial's all right, but you look at the veterinary report. It's like a menu. It's long. Tendinitis, tendon problems, both fronts.
What sort of restaurants are you eating at?
He's had failed vets examinations on 2 occasions. He's had a right abscess to his front foot. There's been a lot of reasons he's been off. Jenny's report in the market will be a very good guide. But the trial was good.
Yeah, I haven't put him in, but I'll be interested to see if there is any money for him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Side order of chips as well with that. Fortune Happiness is the favourite, Paul.
Yeah, I got him in there as well, but I'm going to go with Wafing Charmer. I thought his run was huge last start. He ran off on the turn, and he still stayed on really nicely for 4th. It was a really good run from him. Chad Schofield will now jump aboard with Karis Teaton being suspended. He was a Class 5 winner, but I think he's up to the bottom of Class 4, so he's on top. $1 reward in there for 2nd. Voyage King comes to the surface for the first time, and Fortune Happiness, a Class 5 winner at his last start, 11.258.
Yeah, there's a lot of different forms sort of rolling into converge together here to make up a field of 12 over the dirt, 1,200 metres, and I think $1 reward gets the most ticks in the end. Fortune Happiness, Wafing Charmer, Strathclyde, but obviously there's interest around horses like Voyage King trying it for the first time, Kung Fu Tea trialled OK, Pegasus Elite, Pleasant Guy, we spoke about him. Happy Star does like the surface. I'm not convinced he's going that well. I went 2 on top. I just kept coming back to $1 reward in the end.
Yeah, couldn't knock the first win or the second one. It certainly wasn't a fluke. So, yeah, we've all got the 2, 8 and 11 involved there. I've also included the 5, Voyage King. It looks pretty good. All right, that's race number 6 on the programme. Race number 7 for us, we do go up in class. Class 3 is next for us for the 7th.